Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So before I start the video, I just want to apologize to everyone. I know it's been a while since I did my last video. I recently went through a move, so everybody knows the joys of moving, the packing and unpacking, and living out of boxes for weeks. So that's kind of where I've been at. So that kind of explains the background behind me, how it's different from my last setup. And it will change from video to video as I'm finding more stuff in boxes that I haven't seen in years. So, yeah, it will change from video to video, so, you know, bear with me. But this video, of course, my first video back, I want to talk about the Devils. I want to talk about how they've gone off to a pretty good start, going 4-2-1, and talk about Hughes and, you know, some bright spots of the way the season has started so far. So, first I want to talk about Jack Hughes. You know, they've been very mum on his status of his injury. You know, recently we've heard that his dislocated shoulder is stable with no unforeseen issues, and he's on course with his rehabilitation program. He's still considered out indefinitely and will be reevaluated in 5 weeks. So when I saw that, I still kind of, you know, it's no timeline. So I looked it up on WebMD just to see what dislocated shoulders take, and the timeline is 3 to 12 weeks depending on how bad it is. So kind of looking at a December, January sort of thing. Hopefully it's earlier. You know, I think the Devils are playing well, but, you know, we're going to a rough stretch in November, you know, going out on the West Coast, playing a lot of tough teams in the division, and having a more split between home and away games. So, you know, it's going to be a more challenging month, so we're going to need Hughes back as quickly as possible. But the Devils do have some players who can play center and fill that void for now. You know, Zacha could play center. You have Hischier, if he's healthy. You know, that game where you saw him kind of laboring the whole game, that kind of worried me, because to lose Hischier and Hughes will be devastating. But, you know, Mercer's been playing well. You have Zacha who can play there. You have Mcleod. You know, you have other players who can come up and down the lineup and fill in for the time being. So I think the Devils will be okay. I'm not freaking out about Hughes being out for, you know, that sort of amount of time. But, you know, I wanted to see what Hughes would have done this year. You know, he would have had a really good year. And, you know, it sucks that it was cut short with an injury, but, you know, thank God it's not anything that relates to any sort of surgery. So it's just rehabilitation time and him just taking time to get better. So, you know, Devils have played well, 4-2-1, 9 points out of a possible 14, which is pretty good. You know, the key spots in this year so far has been Bernier. To me, going 3-0, I know he's been through an injury, but he's looked pretty solid out there. You know, he's very quick, very agile, getting to the puck, you know, square to the puck all the time. You know, he's let in a couple of goals that were questionable, but going 3-0, that's really helped this team out. Mercer, of course, has been a bright spot. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. I think game in, game out, he's looking more and more comfortable. Seeing how he played from preseason onto the regular season, this kid has not skipped a beat. Look good out there. He looks fast. He looks like a puck hound, and I love the way this kid plays. Got a solid head of hair. Can't say I have the same myself, but you know, this kid looks good, and I can't wait to see how he goes later into the year. Yeah, he's been a really good player, and hope to see more of him in the near future. Zacha, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. I think he's played well. You know, coming from last year where he was, you know, he was up there on the Devils team for points. He's played well, and I like what I see from Zacha. Getting better and better each year. And, you know, he's looking pretty good. And tied for points with him is Andreas Johnsson, 4-2-6. And who would have thought that? He was definitely one of those players that a lot of Devils fans were like, just trade him. You know, he's not going to be good. But look at the turnaround he's done with this team. And I think he looks great out there. He looks like a totally different player. And that typically does happen when players get traded to another team. It takes some time to get used to a team. It's not all the time where a player goes to a new team and just starts great off the bat. It takes time. And, you know, you saw it with Andreas Johnsson. Last year, he was just awful. And, you know, he was leaving a lot of Devils fans scratching their head as to, you know, what should they do? They need another top 6 forward. And no one really considered Andreas Johnsson to be that. And he's looked really, really good this year. So I hope he can keep it up throughout the rest of the year, as he's looked pretty good with his line combinations. Yes, for Bratt, I know he started off really slow, going pointless in the first couple of games. But the last couple of games, he's been noticeable out there, bringing up the puck, going in and out of players. This guy has looked great out there, you know, scoring that penalty shot goal against Pittsburgh, solidifying that game. He's setting up some players. Looks like a totally different player. And I love the fact that they sat him down and really, you know, gave him the word, you know, you got to be better. You got to be better out there. Help this team. And, you know, he's really turned it around. I like the way I've seen Jesper Bratt playing the last couple of games, so I hope he keeps it up. And Ryan Graves, I really like the way this kid looks. You know, I remember when I did the video when he got traded, and a lot of Colorado fans were saying, don't expect too much from him. You know, he's good some games and not good in some games. I think he's been pretty solid for the Devils. I really do. You know, he's a big player. Whenever he gets the puck, he puts it on net whenever he has the chance to. And I'm not thinking about him putting up all these amounts of points, but through 7 games, he's got 3 assists. Not bad for a defensive defenseman, but I love the way this kid plays. He sticks up for his teammates. He hits, he's big, and he's mobile. And you've seen some plays where he jumps into the play. You've seen some plays where he makes some really good outlet passes, and I really like what I'm seeing from Ryan Graves. I love that combination with him and Hamilton on the back end. I really like that combination. And, you know, I like the way our defense is playing. You know, Siegenthaler has been slow the first couple of games, but he's picking it up a bit. You know, players that I want to see more out of, Mikey Mcleod. In 7 games, he's got 1 assist, and he's a -4, so I want him to pick it up. We saw a lot of Mikey Mcleod last year, and I want to see him take his next step from last year, and we're not seeing it yet, so hopefully he can put it together. Nico Hischier, I know a lot of Devils fans are down. They expect him to have all these points being a first overall pick, but he's a two-way player, and he's got a goal and 2 assists, 3 points to start the year. So hopefully he can put more points up on the board, especially in the absence of Jack Hughes. Kuokkanen with a goal and an assist, 2 points on the year. I hope he can pick it up. And Ty Smith. Now, I know Ty Smith is coming back from an injury. In 4 games, he's got 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points, but he's a -3, and he had a really bad game last game. But I love the way Ty Smith plays. I know he'll pick it up, and he'll be a great defenseman for us. So comment below. What do you think about the Devils to start this year? Do you think they can keep it up? Do you think they're a playoff team this year? I know it's too early to tell. I know we're going to have some rough months ahead of us, especially in November. But, you know, what do you think of the Devils to start the year? And do you think they're a team that can keep it up in the wake of, you know, Jack Hughes' absence for a certain amount of time, possibly to December to January is what I'm assuming. So comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to Hockey Skatedown. Join the hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.